Hi, this is Marilyn Maxwell, the Technology Training Specialist here at HAR, and this week's tool of the week is the Tempo Client Gateway System. This video will show you a quick overview of the process, and of course you can take the Tempo Client Gateway class for further detailed information about the entire process. But this will give you, again, a quick overview of the process and show you how you can automatically notify your prospects by email anytime a new or changed listing arrives in MLS that meets their specific criteria. The most important part about the gateway is providing consistent, personalized information to the consumer, but secondarily, the results will always be framed by your personal information. So regardless of the listing agent, any lead generated from a prospect being sent information by you, the lead will always come back to you because that is your customer or your prospect. Let me show you quickly how to access the system and get started. Just go to har.com and log into the member area as you normally do using your own public and private ID, and then from the menu on the left or the menu item in the upper left you can click Tempo MLS, and the first thing you would want to do is go to the Prospects menu and then click on Prospect Defaults. There are a few defaults here for you to set up regarding every single email that will be sent. Be sure to go through those and make sure they're set up appropriately to service your customers and your needs. The easiest way to actually begin the entire process beyond that is to go directly to a quick search. You can simply click the magnifying glass, or you can choose quick search and then your property category. Now, of course, in real life you would have a customer or client, prospect, however you want to refer to them, that's given you specific criteria such as a listing price range, a number of bedrooms or baths, a square footage range, perhaps a neighborhood in town, something to that effect. You will be provided much of the information that they need, and then you'd simply fill in the blanks to build a search based on that criteria. Once you have their specific criteria typed in, go ahead and click the Search Now button. Make sure you have some results. Please be sure to read the results. I can't stress this enough. A lot of people get some results and just mail them on to the client, but you can see here just in square footage alone there's a fairly drastic difference. It's really important that you're reading through these and making sure you're providing the absolute best possible results you can for your prospects. Once you've gone through the results and you're certain that they're appropriate to your client, you can click the Save Custom Search button from this screen. Then give the search a name. I recommend calling this something relating to the property search itself, not the client's name, because it can get a little confusing later which is referring to the prospect itself and which is referring to their search if you name them both the same thing. And in this instance, I'm going to save the search and attach it to a new prospect, meaning I'm going to add a new search and I'm going to add a new person to go along with that so I can set the auto notification system up for that prospect. So mark the dot, click Save, and it will move you on to the next step. Then it's simply a matter of filling in a few blanks about the prospect, the most important fields being the email address. If you have their home phone, their cell phone, the address, those other items here, you can fill that in as well and use this area of Tempo as a contact management of sorts. But for the purposes of the client gateway and auto notification, obviously the email is extremely crucial. The field down here that refers to expiration of the prospect means when is it going to stop automatically emailing this client. It defaults to 90 days, but you can choose up to 180 days, 30, 60, 90, or 180 days. You can come in at any time and extend this time frame. You can also shorten it or manually expire the prospect, meaning cease the sending of the automatic emails. You would then click Save and Continue Prospect Setup. If you wanted to put further details about the search itself, here you could expand on the criteria you put in. Just remember that the prospect does see this verbiage, so make sure that you write professional appropriate terminology and something that the average person can understand or that would be relevant for them. You can also leave that completely blank should you choose. Either way, it's your choice. Clicking the Continue button to move on. The whole purpose of coming here was to automatically notify and use the personal client gateway system. However, you do have the choice to manually notify individuals or send them listing information only, where it's one single email with one single link for each result that occurs. In this instance, again, the client gateway is an internet site specific to that consumer where they can come back and forth as many times as they want. They don't have to refer back to individual emails in their inbox each time. Again, clicking continue after you made your choices on this screen. The next screen shows you an overview of the type of message that the client's going to get. It shows their email address. It will always carbon copy you so you know when something was sent and exactly what the content of the message being sent on your behalf has in it. And there's something called a tickler message that even if there's not a lot of activity from inventory listings and such being sent to the client, the system can just send them a generic email sort of reminding them of the existence of the gateway system, reminding them to log in and that type of thing. But it's not required. Again, we'll click continue to move on. You have a chance to customize the greeting that you want at the top of your home page, leave it the default or change it for this one specific client only. Click continue. And you have yet another chance to view the email before it is sent. You can then just click send email now. It saves this custom search, it saves the prospect information, and it automatically generates an email to that client containing the results that we saw in Tempo before. From here I would click I'm done. You could choose to add another search to that one particular prospect if you wanted. You could also view their client gateway to see exactly what it is they're going to be seeing. And again here you can see every page on the site is framed by my contact information. So the consumer does have access to all the free HAR consumer tools and a wealth of information, but no matter where they go, it's always going to be framed by my contact information and all leads will be generated back to me. From the home page you can see here the Jones search that I set up and described. If I click the link by the search name, I can then see details of all the properties for those results. Each day that new search results come up, they will be added to the top of the list. You can see here updated listings are first. The consumer can choose to reorder them should they choose to do that. The client can map the properties as well by clicking the link in the upper right corner. Back at the home page here, you can see the client has the opportunity to mark properties as favorites, possibilities, or not interested. You will be able to see from within your Tempo system exactly which properties they've rated as such. The properties will never leave their gateway. They always have access to them, but they are completely in control of how they view them. Back in Tempo, you as the agent would see the client's name, their search name. You can always email the client directly, nothing relating to the auto search notification or the client gateway. Just to send a standard email, you can just click this button and be able to email them. You'll always be able to see how they're set up, when the search was last run, and the last time something was emailed to that particular customer or prospect. It will also let you know if they have then already accessed the gateway. In this instance, my fake client that I just set up has not yet accessed the gateway. Again, if you visit www.har.com/edu, you'll see the education website and you'll be able to search for the Tempo Client Gateway classes available in your area. The classroom course lasting 3 hours will give you a great deal of detail as well as allowing you to use hands-on skills to create your own searches and prospects within the Tempo system. Find the course location, date, and time that's most appropriate for you and register online today in a quick and simple process. For more information or help on using this or any other HAR tool, just contact me by email at marilyn@har.com or by phone at 713-629-1900 extension 288. And don't forget to log on next week to check out the latest HAR Tool of the Week.